Welcome to the Decode Podcast booth at IPC Apex 2025. We are here with Jeff Leal of Axxon-Mycronic. So I know a lot about what you guys do, or at least what your offerings are, but I don't know, sounds like I don't know all the specifics of what you guys are bringing to the show this year. So you want to kind of go over what you do at Axxon and what you guys are bringing to the show?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, of course.
So this year, taking a step back, Axxon-Mycronic's been in the industry for a while, but this is the first year that we're presenting totally independent as our own vertical, our own business unit within the Mycronic family.
Yeah.
And that allows us to bring everything that we have to the table. So if you go to our booth today compared to last year, you'll find normal dispensing equipment, which is your normal SMT equipment that you see for SMAs, for underfills, adhesives, but you'll also see RTV equipment. You'll also see two-part dispensing equipment for back end. You'll also see a complete conformal coating line that includes conformal coating inspection. You'll see THT inspection.
Wow. Okay.
So you'll see a lot of things that we didn't have room to show last year.
Yeah. The conformal coating. So last year when we were looking at, we were trying to find a kind of one size fits all solution to a lot of different challenges that we have with different dispensing. And we do, Sean, you do some of that too, right? You do some encapsulation or potting, right?
Yeah.
And that's what potting, anything like that sounds like you guys are going to have a solution for anything.
We pretty much will have a solution for everything. There's not a one size fits all machine.
Right.
So I think one thing that makes us stand out is that we have a lot of different machine formats for different parts of the assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
So basically there is not a form factor we cannot accommodate, and there's not an application we cannot accommodate within the form factor. So if you say potting, if we think automotive potting, where there's high volumes of material that need to be pushed through with two-part, we can do that with our MyC60 product line. So it's a big piece of kit. But if you're talking about, I have batch level production, I need two-part potting, same material, but, I only run a couple hundred units. Then we have, on the other side of the spectrum, we have benchtop systems that are equipped with the same valve technology that accommodates smaller volumes.
Wow. Yeah, because the way I currently do it is kind of barbaric, maybe to you. It's AD, right, into a syringe, and that's hooked up to a pneumatic foot pedal controlled device, and you kind of slowly dispense it, right, and go through, and then you got to make sure there's no air bubbles, right? So you kind of work your way around, work your bubbles out and stuff like that. So it's very, like I said, rudimentary, but she gets the job done. And we just made custom forms. My cousin owns a metal cutting company, so we had these bars kind of milled out and cut out for him, and then we just placed the board in there and bake probably 1628 at a time. So, and then that's it.
It works.
It works, brother. Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, your production volume is going to determine what you need to get the production done. And there will be a point in time, when your production increases and you're like, you know what, I might automate this, or I better automate this. So then, that's when you come to us.
Yeah.
Even if it's very simple automation, benchtop, and you want to grow with it, it's pretty much the same software.
Well, that's what I love about this podcast, right? There's literally a product out there that I didn't even know existed 5 minutes ago, right? In a benchtop form that would be an entry level into potting, right? Like
exactly.
For me. And that's what I love about Apex and what we do here is because there's these problems we have and there's solutions out there and we just don't know about it, right? And this is like bringing that to the forefront.
Especially when they're right-size solutions, right? Like maybe you're not ready for the full-blown inline bells and whistles model, but you want to kind of advance your process from fully manual. So knowing about these kind of intermediate options that are a soft transition, probably going to be a lot more affordable than some of the larger, more automated. So depending on where your company's at, there's a solution that is right-sized for you. That's really valuable to know about.
I've had it twice, but both times I haven't gotten it in. Now I forgot what it was. So.
He did too. I looked at him twice. Like I interrupted him,
and then he did too. Yeah. And now I don't know. So
what other things are you debuting this year?
So what we are debuting that we have never shown before is our THT inspection. So we acquired a company called Modus in Germany last year.
Okay.
We used to integrate their scanners for conformal coating inspection, which are kind of cool because you can actually measure the thickness and it'll scan the entire board in less than 25 seconds, regardless of the size. But now that we acquired the company, we're learning they have all this cool technology that you can use the same software for. So you can have literally a THT inspection station with a couple of cameras with very powerful software and very easy to operate.
Now, is this looking for like the resistor bands on top, or is this on the bottom?
It's looking from the top down.
Okay. So what if, and I'm sorry, I know just got it again.
That's the third time.
Yeah, it's fourth time actually. But I was always curious about this. Let's say you have your resistor, right, like this, right? And then one operator puts it a little bit to the left and the other one puts it to the right. How forgiving is yours as far as being able to...
You program that in.
Okay.
And the beauty is that we're showing you the simplest assembly, which is 2 cameras, because that's the smallest assembly to eliminate the parallax. But you can integrate 4 or 8 more cameras, and it'll give you much crisper vision. You can have much tighter tolerances. So the software is what makes it powerful. You just add cameras to it. So that's basically what,
Because that's my biggest fear as a CM is someone put the wrong band where it shouldn't go, right?
Yeah.
And the to program the parts on different ones, different platforms that I've seen out there is so long. It's not worth a high dollar amount for low volume in programming wise.
What would be a high dollar amount? Just spitballing here.
Well, if I have a job that I'm only getting labor for, right, and the customer's giving me consigned components, and I'm getting $4,000, and let's say there's 100 unique different resistors and ICs and capacitors on there, it's not worth it for me to buy a unit unless the unit's really cheap.
No, it's less than 50K.
Okay. But then how long would it take to program it too is another aspect of it as well,
Well, in that, I'd have to ask you to visit us at the booth. Like I said, it's new, so I'm not an expert on it.
We're going. I'm going to be there tomorrow or tonight if we can end in time, yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm excited, man. This is why I love this show, It's you just learning so much. Daniel, you said you wanted to say something.
No. Am I here? No. I was just thinking earlier when you were saying that it had the same software on some of the tabletop systems same software, same valves and everything you're saying. Yes. So essentially you learn how to, if you were to automate for your lower volume that you have right now with that tabletop system, once the demand ever increased, you wouldn't now need some start over from scratch with a bigger, totally different process, methodology, software, interface, any of that. You'd be able to just pretty seamlessly take the next step.
Your operator's already fully trained.
Yeah.
That's not nothing.
That's not nothing. Yeah.
And then I could sell Daniel the benchtop. Yeah.
I'll get you with the THT, and I'll get you with the benchtop.
Yeah. Nice, brother.
What are you into? Let's make it 3 out of 3.
This has been phenomenally successful for you.
Well, you make jet printers too, right?
That's the other part of my
Okay, good. Then we're friends because I make stencils.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess just a quick bit of the motivation for Axxon to become its own division. Is that so you could really lean in and focus on one sort of sector rather than being under this large umbrella? What does that do for your presence in the market, having kind of that focused division of Axxon?
Okay, so Axxon was operating pretty much all in Asia independently.
Okay.
And it was operating under the Mycronic umbrella. So business is done differently in different parts of the world. And when you're doing dispensing, it's a very dynamic industry. So things change quickly. Not everything's standard. So you need to learn to react to what your customers are asking you for. And the structures that are very well established, that are for only SMT, work at a slower pace. So in order to be able to meet the pace of our customers and actually have an accelerated pace of innovation and offering and support, it was decided to make a separate division with Mycronic only focused on dispensing that globally can operate at the pace of the market.
So it makes you more agile.
Exactly.
Makes sense to me.
And it seems like that's kind of the product offering that Axxon is doing for their customers, is giving people flexibility and the tailor-made solutions for the level they're at, sounds like.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time and support, and for being, this is usually where Elias cuts in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he does it way better.
We want to thank Axxon for supporting our efforts here. It's not been possible without the help of folks like yourself, and Thank you for showcasing your offering here, and we'll be sure to get over to your booth tomorrow and see all the cool toys.
No, we're going right now.
Sounds
We're
good.
going
Let's
now.
go.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.